In 2009, a dwarf killed a dragon by hitting it with a backpack. The backpack was made of rat leather. This is documented, it was witnessed by 19 people, and it is not even the strangest thing that happened in that fortress. These are 5 real games that real people played and wrote down, and they are better than most fiction. First, what this game actually is. Dwarf Fortress is a colony simulator that 2 brothers, Tarn and Zach Adams, started building in 2002 and have never finished. For its first 16 years, it had no graphics at all, just letters on a black screen. A capital D might be a dragon. It is famously the hardest game in the world to learn. It is in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art. And here is the part that matters. It simulates everything. Every dwarf has a personality, preferences, relationships, grudges, and a memory. It generates a world with centuries of history before you arrive, and it keeps writing that history down whether anyone is reading it or not. Water flows. Temperature is real. Magma is real. And magma is very much a personality type among the players. And the community motto, printed on the store page, is, "Losing is fun." You are not expected to win. You are expected to produce a good story on the way down. So here are 5 of them. Number 5, Nist Akath, the one that did not fall. In 2007, a player calling himself Captain Mayday started a fortress on a glacier and began writing it up as a journal, alone, 1 entry at a time. He subtitled it, "Fear the Winter." The glacier was haunted, which in this game means the dead come back. And what came back on a glacier were reanimated elk skeletons, which the fort simply started calling skelks. He kept writing. He kept writing for 2.5 years and 472 updates, and the fortress survived more than 40 in-game years, which almost never happens. It produced its own celebrities, most famously a warrior called Kodor Ironblood. It is the longest sustained piece of writing anyone has produced about a video game nobody was watching him play. Most of these stories are about spectacular failure. This one is about a man who just kept going on a glacier alone for 2.5 years, being attacked by skeletal elk. Number 4, Oilfurnace, which is the one with the superhero. In 2010, an artist named Tim Denis illustrated the entire life of a fortress for a magazine. Oilfurnace was founded on Dread Island by an expedition leader called Nist Akath. It goes well at first. They hit an aquifer and survive it. Then the undead arrive, in the form of slugmen, and they are beaten back largely by 2 dwarves, Ast himself and a militia dwarf the fortress nicknamed Bad Dwarf. Then the Golden Age. They find adamantine, the best metal in the game, and they equip 6 legendary warriors, and everything is wonderful. And then the mayor demands adamantine coins, which means mining deeper, and mining deeper opens a hole directly into hell, and demons come out. Bad Dwarf dies covering Ast's retreat. Ast escapes the fortress, survives an ambush that kills everyone else, and finally reads a letter from the king, which contains 1 line of advice. Remember, losing is fun. So he goes back, seals himself into the keep, and pulls the self-destruct lever. He is the last dwarf of Oilfurnace, and he does it on purpose. Number 3, Bronzemurder, the beautiful one, illustrated by the same artist the same year. This one is about a forgotten beast, which is a monster the game invents from scratch, giving it a random shape, a random material, and a random poison, and then writing its own description. This one was named Ogjes Rashus, and the game described it as an enormous iguana with external ribs, thin wings of stretched skin, Beware its poisonous sting. Nobody wrote that sentence. It was assembled. The beast was found asleep at the bottom of a 23-pump machine. The militia went down to kill it and was destroyed in seconds. The beast then followed a fleeing war dog up into the fortress, and about 70 dwarves died. And in the middle of the panic, a jeweler sealed 3 dwarves inside the bedrooms and walled himself out on the other side. And the caption Dini wrote for that panel is the best sentence anyone has written about this game. Does he think he is saving them or killing them? We will never know. The fortress actually survives by pure luck. A passing human caravan's guards happen to finish off the wounded beast. One survivor refuses to leave his room and dies of thirst. 2 dwarves spend the next 3 years hauling out the bodies. Number 2, and this is where the backpack comes in. Headshoots, 2009, a group game on the Something Awful forums with about 19 people taking turns. They deliberately settled in an undead wasteland because they wanted it to be hard. It was. And out of that fortress came 2 of the most celebrated dwarves in the game's history. One was a soldier called Nemo, credited with around 190 kills. The other was called Holistic Detective, who got hold of a full suit of artifact adamantine armor named Trail Machines the Fellowship of Right, became functionally unkillable, and at some point during all this killed a dragon by beating it with a rat leather backpack, because that happened to be in his hands. 2 legendary heroes, the strongest the fortress ever produced. Then the fortress dug too deep, and the demons that came up did not kill them. They corrupted them. Both heroes were turned, and the fortress's own champions became the thing hunting the survivors. The player's response was to start building doomsday devices with names in capital letters. It did not help. The whole point of a group game is that you inherit somebody else's disaster, and Headshoots is the purest version of that. Each player opening the save file to discover what the previous 19 have done to them. And number 1, obviously, Boatmurdered. November 2006. 14 people on a forum agree to take turns running one fortress, 1 in-game year each, passing the save file along, each inheriting whatever the last one broke. The site had one distinguishing feature: elephants. Enormous numbers of elephants, and in this version, an elephant could remove a dwarf from existence in a single step. The first log entry reads simply, "God damn, but there are a lot of elephants around." The elephants were not evil. They were just there, in enormous numbers, and they had opinions about being disturbed. Then the elephants attacked, and the dwarves kept wandering outside to loot the bodies of the previously killed dwarves, which kept reprovoking the herd that was trying to leave. 20 dwarves died. The log records. Boatmurdered is closed until further notice. And so an overseer began a secret engineering project to pipe magma to the surface of the world, whose official name in the records, used in full for years afterwards, was Project Fuck the World. His stated goal: I'll kill those elephants. I'll kill all those elephants. It worked. It also, 2 overseers later, got fired at an incoming human trade caravan and incinerated the fortress's best trading partners, producing the log entry. Oh God, oh God, oh God, what have I done? The magma set an abandoned catapult on fire. The catapult produced a permanent smoke cloud over the whole fortress, and the smoke slowly drove everyone inside insane. One entry, it's the smoke. It makes everybody just an inch from snapping. One overseer, while himself on fire, beat an elite Marksdwarf to death. And the final log entry is written by a man who has watched everybody die and observes that the last surviving inhabitant, a a child, will now be the ruler of Boatmurdered. All 66 parts of Boatmurdered are still online for free. When the game finally got a proper commercial release in 2022, 16 years later, the official soundtrack named its Fortress Destruction track Koganu-san, which is Boatmurdered's name in Dwarvish. Diablo, a completely unrelated game, has a weapon named after one of its overseers. Nobody wrote any of this. Some people played a game badly in public and wrote it down honestly, and it turned into folklore.